center. 13 Crumple against Brandon Clark, and the tip is controlled here by the Blue Jays. It is the point guard, Davion Mintz.
Key for Creighton early, no live ball turnovers. Be aggressive, find your guy, run your stuff. You have to force Gonzaga. Let's see if they're willing to defend. What a way to get it started at home with this crowd ready to erupt. Didn't make them wait too long.
Alexander leads the team in scoring on the season, over 18 points per game. Hachimura trying to get it down low. We're going to have a foul call here against Alexander. As we take a look at the coaches, Gonzaga, now in his 20th year, is Mark Few. What a job he has done. Has brought his team to the NCAA tournament every year as a head coach. And now he has his team ranked #1 in the land. Hachimura for three. That's good. He can hit it from deep. On the season now, 6 for 11 from three-point land.
I think you live with that if you're Creighton. It takes one more big away from the basket if he doesn't make it. And that's not how Gonzaga is going to beat you with Hachimura shooting threes. I think you live with that.
This is tipped out of bounds by Hachimura. Greg McDermott, now in his 9th year as a head coach for the Blue Jays. Last year tied for 3rd in the Big East. 5 NCAA tournament appearances here for Creighton. The entry pass. There's a turnover. Perkins, skip pass. Kispert off the glass, no. Mark there for the rebound. Put back, that's no good. Kispert gets the rebound. He comes up short, and the rebound is off the foot of Alexander as he was fighting with his own teammate, Damian Jefferson, so it will stay Gonzaga ball. Now we're Geico players to watch in this game, ironically enough, are the two guys who have scored so far.
Well, that's really where it starts with both teams. Can Tyshawn handle the balance of being a scorer but also kind of being a floor general? They need him to score baskets, but he has to know when his teammates are available, and then obviously Hachimura can score in so many ways. There is the issue that Creighton has to deal with. Clark, there's going to be a mismatch there a lot of the day. Crumple is on Hachimura. How do you deal with that? You got to keep it away from the basket.
Clark was 9 for 9 in the victory over North Dakota State on Monday. Hits the field goal there. Davion Mintz pulls up for three.
Mintz for three.
Well, they got 3 guys who can really do it from the perimeter. You can throw Balak in there as yet to score, but with Mintz and Alexander, right now, if you're a Greg McDermott, you're feeling pretty good about the way you're starting offensively.
Good defense by Crumple against Hachimura. Here's Jefferson in transition. He's left open for the jumper. He knocks it down.
Jefferson.
I love it, but I would love it more if he would have stopped 1 foot sooner and knocked down the three.
Listen to this place. Perkins to the hoop. Gets the pick set for him, and that silences the crowd momentarily. 8-7. Creighton on top.
It's a terrific job by Clark on the seal.
Crawford gets fouled by Perkins, and Perkins might be the one guy on this team that they can ill afford to get into foul trouble.
Just take a look right here, Coach. This is such a great job. Take a look at Clark right there. He's sealing his guy off. It allows Perkins to get an easy layup to the basket. This is also another really good look. Crumple may have to stick his nose in under the basket to help. Now, that wasn't his help, but in games like this, you're going to have to do things you're not comfortable doing defensively if that means saving a layup.
Martin Crumple, what a story he has been. He tore his ACL, 3rd time he's torn an ACL. That happened last January 17th. He came back. He then sprained his ankle in late October. He missed about 10 days of practices. Here he is back on the floor again. His last game and the victory over Montana on Wednesday, he's starting to be himself again. Norvell for three. No. Crumple with the rebound. Here comes Mintz. The Blue Jays like to push it. Balak, that's a deep three. Oh!
Mitch Ballard's confidence. He's a tough kid. He calls his teammates out when they're not doing what they're supposed to do. Boy, you got to come sooner if you're going to try to get the ball out of Rui Hachimura's hands. You cannot let him dribble that ball 1 and 2 times that close to the basket.
Right now they're trading threes for twos. Ballard, that's the first miss of the game for the Blue Jays. 13-9, they lead by 4. Clark, the pull-up. That's too easy for him.
It's just so good when you have a guy that size who can catch it top of key, on the move, put it down once or twice under control and finish softly. Every coach in America wants a big who can do that.
And he's a transfer from San Jose State. Jefferson tried to get to Crumple. Shot clock down to 10. Crumple's got the mismatch against Norvell. Drops that back to the bench. Noah was looking for a whistle, didn't get it. Here comes Josh Perkins.
I like the play though. They throw it inside. You got to give him more space.
There's the alley-oop and a foul against Crumple as he fouls Brandon Clark. What a start for the Blue Jays from deep. It started with Tyshawn Alexander. Davion Mintz able to hit. And Mitch Ballack put one in as well. 13-11, Blue Jays on top.
McDermott saying to us, our team has been hearing about taking on the top dog since Monday. If I have to say anything different to get my guys fired up, then we're in trouble. They've off to a good start, like you said, Justin.
They are, as Clark is able to make both. Brandon Clark, just a 48% free throw shooter, ties this game up at 13. And by the way, I don't think Greg McDermott has to fire up his team or the crowd. They have come out here electric. Tyshawn Alexander, jump stop, passes back out to Jefferson. Alexander left open for 3. Knocks down his second.
He stopped, probably had a layup, but then he moved back out to receive the ball back. And again, that's how the Creighton team can do a better job offensively. Keep the pressure on Gonzaga's bigs.
Rui Hachimura hits the jumper up against Jacob Epperson, who's checked in. Mintz the pull-up shot. They're just trading buckets. You talked about these two teams, high-scoring teams.
I love the pace for Creighton right now. Gonzaga with number 2. That's a really good call. Big man out of control after I just got done praising him on the 1-2 dribble from the top of the key. But that's a terrific call. Guards in their spot. You know, everyone talks about they're so much bigger than us, or teams that are bigger. How do we defend that? This is how you defend it. You put a big in an uncomfortable position and you get your feet set. As a guard, a coach loves that from his guards. Be in the spot, take the charge, and go the other way.
That's the first foul against Brandon Clark, so in comes Philip Petrusev, the freshman. Depth is an issue at the front court spot for Gonzaga because Killian Tilly is out. Alexander didn't move. This player has such confidence right now.
What I love most about Tyshawn Alexander's offensive game is that he makes you feel at his pace. He'll get you on his hip. He's never in a hurry. He feels where the defenders are and just elevates over the top.
Jeremy Jones, number 22, is in for the Zags. Hachimura, the pull-up jumper. No, Jefferson, the big rebound.
Really good D by Epperson there. Force Hachimura to be a jump shooter.
Jefferson for 3. Just his 4th miss from 3 this year. 9 of 13. Petrusev sits down on the floor, and a foul is going to be called here against Epperson.
You got to love the effort, though. Jacob Epperson does a great job. At the other end, he misses, but he calls to get back to this end. That's a good call, a little bit too much body, but I love the effort. Epperson runs down in this environment. That's all the crowd can ask for, is that you work your tail off trying to make the right play.
That's what James Brady was telling McDermott. He got him with the body as Marcus Zagorowski checks in for the first time. Going to the bench, Davion Mintz. Petrusev, who played his high school ball at Montford Academy, helping the national championship last year. He knocks down both. 3-point lead for Creighton. 13:40 to go here in this first half. Gonzaga playing their first true road game of the year. Zagarowski, foul back for three.
Great spacing. That play was made by Jacob Epperson telling the guard, come up, we need this pick and roll a little bit higher. That will make the defense suck in and get back enough time to get that three off.
A foul away from the ball going against Rui Hachimura. Third foul against the Zags. Tyshawn Alexander goes out as Joseph comes in.
And this play is made. Zagarowski makes a great pass, but the only way it's set up is because Jacob Epperson tells Zagarowski to set the screen higher, really on the opposite side. Allows the defense to suck in right over the
Zagarowski, how about the crossover there? Epperson got it. Step back for three. Doesn't get it this time. Hachimura gets the rebound. He'll lead the break himself. Great control by Rui Hachimura.
Epperson's a shot blocker, so important for him to stay on his feet, but Hachimura understands that jump stop you so well. Nice little step through it.
Joseph, the transfer from Syracuse. Epperson, it's off the foot of Jeremy Jones. A couple of subs coming in. Corey Kispert checking in for the Zags. Samson Froling now for the Blue Jays.
Watch a terrific play by Rui Hachimura. First, he didn't get the ball out, but this little hop step there, stepping through. Talk about guys making guys play at your pace. It's easy when you're a big 6'8".
Samson Froling, fresh off the bench, hits a three. The Australian knocks it down. Norvell to answer, no. Kispert tries to keep it alive.
Blue Jay basketball.
I think Justin Kutcher could make a three in this gym right now. Everyone's making them.
Gonzaga has opened this season and during this game shooting nearly 47% from three-point land. They're 6 of 9 so far from three in this first half. Jefferson saves the pass from Jefferson. Shot clock down to 7. Rolling to the hoop. By Jefferson, he got fouled. That's against Perkins, and that's his second. 11:41 to go. That is a critical ball as Josh Perkins is picked up his second. The Blue Jays lead number 1 from the floor.
A lot of parallels, though. I mean, you have two teams that their history goes back to being mid-majors. Now, national scale, obviously. Creighton on a Power 6 conference, a Big East, and obviously Gonzaga at number 1. But not only that, they're both coming off of tournament wins in tropical islands last week and a half. So these are great starts for both of these schools that now, when you talk history of basketball mid-majors, how they've advanced and garnered the respect that they deserve.
28-19, Gonzaga trails here. The number 1 team playing their first road game of the season. As in for the first time is Greg Foster Jr. Clark backs in and he goes to the hoop and he's able to finish. And let's check in with Lisa.
The 6 for 9 shooting from 3 was the focus of Mark Few's huddle, and look for a little bit more switching, as you can see right there at the top of the key. Also, Josh Perkins not in the game right now for Gonzaga, but expect a really short rest for him. They got to play him with the 2 fouls.
That will certainly be something to follow with Gino Crandall with that broken hand. Shot clock down to 6. Alexander the deep three. No, look at Clark go up high for that rebound. Stumbles, the crowd wanting to travel, they don't get it. And now we've got a foul call against Corey Kispert.
Rolling into a screen. The only thing that scares me about what's happening with Creighton and how they're shooting right now is, It's 12-2 when you talk about points in the paint. 2 going to Creighton. I don't want to call it fool's gold because this is what they do. They shoot threes. But as the game progresses, you get into the second half, and will those legs still be there? They have to find a way to get Crumple some touches in the paint or have guys getting to the rim off the dribble.
Well, Martin Crumple is back in the game right now. Here's Joseph. Trying to get a 2 count, but Crumple is able to save it. Shot clock at 10. Alexander's 3 no. And the rebound ripped down by Jeremy Jones.
That's where I'd like to see him get to the basket. The defense is trying to recover and trying to find a guy. Put it on the floor, maybe get fouled, get something easy at the rim.
Clark, kick back out to Kisper. Puts it on the floor. Jump stop, able to put the scoop shot in. Makes it a 5-point game. Joseph, the hesitation. Kick out, Ballack for 3. That comes up short, and all of a sudden, Creighton has gone cold from 3-point line.
Two of the best times to try to get to that rim off the dribble, and that ball was kicked out. The defense is trying to recover or in transition.
Watch out, coming our way. And this is going to be Adams off of Norvell. And back into the game is Davion Prince, the point guard. Also, Rui Hachimura checks back in for Gonzaga. The Blue Jays have missed their last 4 shots. They still lead by 5.
And there are some concerns for Mark Few. The shots that Creighton's missed those last 4, 3 of them have been wide open shots. It's not your defense recovering to a guy hitting a layup and making him uncomfortable. They're just really not there. Creighton's not the way to continue to get the ball.
Out of the dribble. Remember, Clark has a foul. Didn't want to pick up his second. Ballack knocks the ball off the
Blue Jay basketball.
Well, the reason Martin Crumple makes this play work is because of the space. He's got a ton of space going to the left because their spacing has been so well, and they can knock it down 3, so the defense has to stay in the perimeter, and that's just a powerful finish for a guy who's had to deal with 3 ACL tears to break side.
It's to Zagorowski. Shot locked inside. Alexander with Hachimura. Cross it over. Hits for 3.
That's how you play like a man. You go in there with 3 jerseys of your opponent around you, you dig it out, and you go right back up.
Kisper, blocked by the rim. Loose ball. Gonzaga with 8:03 to go here in this first half. Perkins just has to play under control, but has to stay aggressive. And he gets the roll right there on the runner. Zagorowski, kick out to the corner, extra pass. For it, Vince. He says that's my bad, I should have shot it. Hachimura, high low game with Clark. Well done by Gonzaga.
You're going to either have to put better ball pressure on Hachimura or you're going to have to back way up. And you can't allow him to throw that ball so easily down low from the top.
Campbell's trying to draw the charge. He went right around him. And now a timeout will be taken here by Greg McDermott. Just like that, Gonzaga strikes back as they are back to within 5.
You can't allow him to get to that lower circle before you start to defend.
Hunter Cashaw, number 2, has checked in for the first time for the Blue Jays. He's got the ball right now. Vince Crumple posting up, trying to get the ball. Shot clock down to 6. Ballack has it stripped one up by Hachimura. Hachimura. Offensive foul. Fourth offensive foul of the half against the Bulldogs.
Foul ball on Gonzaga's number 21,
Second against Hachimura.
This is the difference. You have a guard that stands him up versus Martin Crumple, who's a bigger guy who's not used to backpedaling and getting his feet set up. That's just a terrific play by Mentz to get square, get his feet set, and take the hit.
So Hachimura, with his second foul, he goes to the bench. Alexander already with 10 points in the ballgame, which means he's scored double figures every game so far this year. Crossover by Mentz. Double clutch. That's his own miss. Fresh 30. Alexander for three. No. Couldn't get the offensive rebound. That's no good. An extra possession here again. Back for three. The Blue Jays could not convert. Perkins, the lob. But we've got a foul in this foul. I believe he's going to go against Crumple.
And that's tough.
Great foul number 15, Martin Crumple. This is second.
A play that's misunderstood by Clark and Perkins. I think Perkins got caught in the air, was thinking, I'll shoot a floater. No, you know what, I'll pass this. It hits the rim. Crumple probably could have let it go and grabbed the rebound, so everyone was a little confused on that play.
Crumple goes to the bench. Epperson comes in. Clark to Perkins as he was trying for the curl. Perkins, great body control, has a block by Epperson. Clark gets it. Lavelle, good. The rebound by Crenshaw.
Clark coming in to help their big rebound.
Epperson sets the screen. Skip pass. Risky one. Jefferson.
I tell you what, Gonzaga was stunned a little bit. I think they were surprised that Alexander tried to throw that pass from the right wing to the opposite left corner at chest height.
Free throw line, Creighton is number 23, Damian Jefferson.
The foul was called against Kispert. Jefferson at the line, free throws the rest of the half for the Blue Jays. The injuries are taking a toll against Gonzaga. For more on that, let's check in with Lisa.
Yeah, the latest update, you've mentioned the backup point guard, Gino Crandall. He broke his hand at practice on Sunday. The good news for him, he doesn't need any surgery. They're going to work on getting him back into practice next week. The challenge, though, is that broken hand is his strong hand, his ball handling hand with his right hand. And you see Killian Tilly there on the right as well. He's able to put some foot on that ankle injury that he had surgery on. They still expect him to be back in the conference season at the end of this month. Maybe doing some cardio and stuff in the meantime to keep his conditioning up.
He will be big when they get him back, as he's a great outside shooter. There's a three. Shaw.
Right place, right time.
And a foul here against Epperson. Number 2 against him. As Clark in a great position down low.
Just a great job. You swing the basketball. There's so much space. You got 2-on-1 on that
To the
opposite
free throw line for
side.
Gonzaga, number 15, Brandon Clark.
But he's a
Shooting
little
2.
slow to get to the corner. Cashed in.
First 2 free throws, misses that one. Epperson will go to the bench. They'll bring in Samson Froling. They'll roll in those 3 bigs. Froling, Epperson,
For the Bulldogs,
and
number
Crumple.
3, Philip Petrusek.
And the one thing you get with all of them is length. Epperson might give up a little when it comes to strength, but he has pretty good timing on shot blocking.
0 for 2 at the line for Clark. He's got 12 points so far on the day. Zagorowski is in. Here's Froling. Next play, that's 1 foul. He's hoping to pick up his second. Perkins is playing with 2 for the Zags.
Everything but the bucket think about it so far. Very quiet since then.
Shot to pull up Shepherd. No. Good rebound by Philip Petrusek. Ravel to the hoop with the right hand. Gets it to go.
Right on cue. Just another threat for Gonzaga, especially with Rui Hachimura out of the game.
Point lead for the Blue Jays. Ravel against Petrusek.
Jefferson.
Under control, a little slow on the step through. He was fighting the defenders, trying to rub him off, but good find.
Petrusek can shoot from out. Rebound comes out to Norvell for three. That's good. This is Norvell, 39% three-point shooter on the season, makes it a 4-point game.
I guess his ears were ringing. We were talking about he's got to step up. He's got 5 points since then.
Petrusek. 3 minutes to go. Shot clock at 10. Alexander, the pull-up jumper is long. Rebound is rolling. And Jefferson wisely pulls it back out. The Blue Jays will reset.
You got to go away from that screen.
Zagorowski. Sean Alexander pulls up for 3. The rebound is ripped down by Jeremy Jones. Ravel for 3 again. In and out. And the rebound comes out to Zagorowski. In the corner, Jefferson for 3.
Jefferson for 3.
Both teams playing very hard, but they're deterring the other from doing what they want to do.
Loose ball. The Blue Jays have it. Here comes Alexander. Good job by Gonzaga getting back.
He's so good at the mid-range game. The game has evolved into 3-pointers. You need guys who can knock down those mid-range shots.
Can you hear yourself right now?
What's that?
Jones the corner 3. And boy, did Gonzaga need that.
We're talking about a guy who averages just under 6 points a game. That was much needed.
You could have crinkled your chip bag, otherwise you wouldn't have been able to hear it. Zagorowski.
Zagorowski for 3.
To a break with 41.8 seconds to go. Bell had 21 points. Kenny and Tilly, who's not playing today, he had 22. But there's a big difference. Gonzaga wasn't ranked number 1 last year at that time. Here's Clark. Timeout. Clark straight to the hoop for the dunk.
The other thing at halftime for McDermott is Clark loves to dribble left, so let's get a little bit more help. But he puts it down with that left hand and forces him to go into where all of the help is, and that's with his right.
He's got 14 points in the first half, does Brandon Clark. Just about a second different shot clock to game clock. Roland comes out to set the pin for Alexander. 5 seconds on the clock. Alexander, step back for 3. Petrusek protected. That should be a shot clock violation. And they're going to say the first half is over. In a hurry. Gonzaga will start with the ball here in the second half.
He said he comes the first 5 minutes of this half is so important.
Here is
Come on! the way you want to start if you're Creighton. The interesting thing about Gonzaga coming into this game is they have only trailed for 22 minutes and 41 seconds. Coming into this game, they've already been behind 18 and a half minutes today. So it's going to be interesting how they come back from that. But that's a great start for the half. It's something going to the basket, getting Norvell down.
And it's also the third foul against Martin Crawford. Alexander. Let's see what kind of patience the Blue Jays have to open up this second half. 31 minutes. Alexander against Shimura, trying to lob it down to Jefferson.
Jefferson!
Such a great athletic move. Throw it up high, let him use the athleticism over the smaller Perkins, and get it up quick before the help side defense goes.
Norvell for three, the microwave is heating up. He's got 6 quick ones here in the second half.
Such a good job by Martin Few to say, who do we have to get going? It's got to be Norvell, so let's get him something easy going to the basket. Let that basket open up a little bit in his mind. Knocks down the three, and next time down the floor.
Davion Mintz gets the screen. He's looking for Ballard. Shot clock down to 8. Jefferson pulls up for 3. It's long. Hachimura with the rebound. What I love about this kid is he can get the rebound and lead the break. Josh Perkins all the way over. And we got a blocking foul underneath. It's going to be called against Jefferson.
Offensively,
you wondered how Creighton was going to come out, and it's guard to guard over the top. Look at that athleticism. Alexander to Jefferson up quick, and Norvell Jr. Look at this, reading it. Jab like he's coming up on the wing, stops, catches, and pop.
Perkins sinks the first free throw. Josh Perkins had the foul trouble in the first half. It's his fifth. Both down. 1-point ball game. 30 seconds into the second half. There's the mismatch. Prince. Crossover. Into the corner.
Come on, man.
Alexander for 3.
Tyshawn Alexander for 3.
Alexander in the corner with his hands down. If you're quicker, just put your hand up. Make him think about it a little bit. That's just what Creighton needed. They got to get this crowd back into the game.
Up to a 4-point lead. Perkins, they switch. Norvell, a deep 3. Got it! Just like last year in the second half.
I mean, we were right behind it there, because as soon as it left his hand, the rotation, we knew it was in.
53-52. The Blue Jays lead the Bulldogs. Prince comes the jump stop. Over Hachimura, the tip.
They're doing a great job of fighting, staying on the offensive glass, just long enough to give themselves a chance.
A move there by Rui Hachimura. The hesitation, the crossover, and the dunk.
What you love most about Hachimura's game is it's just so simple. Sometimes just keeping the game easy, putting it on the floor, straight line to the basket. That's all you need. You don't need behind your back between the legs, especially if you're powerful. I mean, this is just a terrific play. You know your foot speed might be a little bit faster than Crumple's. Get to the basket, finish strong. Simple basketball.
He's so under control. It's just a joy to watch.
I think his teammates understand better too, what he likes to do, where he likes to be on the floor. And they give him that room to alleviate the stress and help defense. Let this kid's ball handling. He knows how to get open with the ball, create that space.
And a turnover here by the Zags. 17 points for Tyshawn Alexander. 3-point lead for the Blue Jays.
And only their 6th of the game. Turnovers have been low, but this is a great job by Tyshawn Alexander, the new star here in Omaha for Creighton.
Greg McDermott said he thinks that last year playing the point guard position actually helped him out this year. The lob to
Jacob Epperson.
Not only can he score the ball, but he can deliver the ball in the right spot on his hand.
Hachimura, with all these scouts in attendance, able to knock down a pull-up jumper, showing a full repertoire today. He's got 15 so far. Epperson slips the basket. Alexander, step back. Jefferson, the transfer out of New Mexico, back up to a 5-point lead. Deep three for Perkins. Now Epperson the rebound. Timeout Gonzaga. This will excite anybody. It got Davian
Needed for his team to come out and not get too excited that you're leading the #1 team in the country at halftime. And remind them you still have 20 minutes to play, and they came out great.
Remember, it was a 7-point lead to open the half. Gonzaga closed to a bit more. Hachimura. Orville has 17 points now.
Gonzaga was 3 of 10 at half from 3. And they averaged 11 a game, so you knew they were going to start to get some this half.
Hachimura running the floor, beats everybody down, and he puts it in. And guess what? We're back to a 2-point game. Epperson says, nice at the screen for you. Ballard, the pull up in the elbow. Hachimura grabs the rebound. Perkins into the corner. Orville for 3 again. Clark gets the rebound. A chance for Zach to take the lead. Rebound by Zagorowski.
For Zagorowski to go up, use his body, and use the offhand.
Epperson, good positioning.
Epperson.
And the mismatch against Perkins. Perkins turns the corner off the glass. Perkins gets it back. He gets the wall. That's a spot.
That's the problem you have when a guard comes to block a shot like Mitch Ballard there. You leave a guard open to be able to dig out those offensive rebounds. But just good effort both ways.
Now Ballard's threw off the back of the rim. A chance again for Gonzaga to take the lead.
Tell you what,
Pittsburgh is asking for it.
you better be in shape. You're trying to play in this game.
Gonzaga has the lead. The first time since they led it 5-3 in the opening minutes of the ball game.
Corey Crispin, Athens, Washington. You can knock him down.
Zagorowski will take the rebound.
Zagorowski for 3.
Clark gets the ball, and he's able to put it in. We are tied at 68. Clark has a chance to take the lead when we come back. Oh, Clark has 16 points on the day, and now he's got 17, and Gonzaga has a 1-point lead.
Gonzaga has to be thinking, this is the 9th best team in the Big East?
Yeah.
Come on!
Zagorowski gets the switch against Clark.
Creighton is doing. The communication is terrific right now. Everyone eyes on the ball. Next guy willing to step up.
Kispert comes right back with a throw of his own.
That's the Perkins and Hachimura effect right there. You sag in because you're willing to help, but the young Zagorowski has to know if you got a shooter, a guy who's already made one, you can't cheat in too much. It'll make you pay.
72-71, throwing. Third foul against Rui Hachimura.
Gonzaga foul number 21. Rui Hachimura. Third personal foul.
The freshman, strong in the hoop, with a chance to make that two-point game when we come back. And Froling at the free throw line, misses the free throw. But one of the keys for the Blue Jays, Greg McDermott says, I don't really want you guys to challenge their shot blockers. I want you to cover that jump stop and look to kick out. That's exactly what Dave Youngmans did on that play. Perkins, shot clock at 10, step back for three. Floyd Clark was going for the rebound. And this foul will be against, I believe that's against Mitch Ballard.
That's just will and athleticism by Clark to just go up over the top and dig that offensive rebound out.
First foul against Ballard, 14th foul the second half for the Creighton Blue Jays. 11:07 to go here in the second half. Mark Few's team. They are battling this one.
And this is what you get when you have Mitch Ballard guarding Brandon Clark, who's giving up some inches. How do you fight that? You know, you got Alexander guarding Kispert, who's giving up a couple of inches. You got to hit them first when that ball goes up as a guard. It means you got to put your body on them and push them out a little bit. You know they have the height advantage.
The whistle was blown. They made the floor wiped down. Norvell to inbound. Back and forth we go here in the second half. 1-point lead for Creighton. Perkins had two early fouls, has not picked up a third. Here's Clark, the kick out to Perkins. That's a three, and that's good.
Probably made it a little bit harder than it had to be with the shimmy and the dribble when he could have caught it. Shot it wide open, but it makes it count.
He's got 11 points, 10 assists on the day. Throwing for three. From Wilson, the rebound by Norvell. Second lead.
I like that shot. The spacing was there. He made one earlier in the first half.
Tip ball out of bounds will stay Gonzaga basketball. Back into the game is Martin Crawford. Here to replace Samson Froling, who's looked good off the bench. Also coming in is Damian Jefferson replacing Mitch Ballard.
Such a luxury for Greg McDermott to have 8-9 guys you can go to.
Norvell in the corner, three, gets the roll. 20 points now for Norvell.
We had 5 at halftime.
He's saying that one got deflected. And Mike Gates, the official, says Norvell is the bad shot.
Now with just over 10 minutes to play, this is where, if you're Creighton, you gotta remember what got you here. No hero basketball. Run your stuff. Force the defense to have to guard you. No time to settle.
5-point lead, 6-0 run. And a rebound by Mintz. They want to run. Crawford sets the pick. Trying to roll, Mintz forced it. Turnover. It's a long ball turnover. Let's see what Gonzaga does with that. Step back for three. He is feeling it. Timeout, Blue Jays. 23 now for Zach Norvell, the redshirt sophomore out of Chicago.
It's gotten him going, but it was that first play out of halftime that Mark Few drew up that he got the and one and opened that hoop up for him.
Let's see what Greg McDermott draws up out of this second timeout as the ball is deflected on the line ball turnover. Hachimura. Good position. He'll go to the free throw line for 2.
Blue Jay foul number 23.
That foul is called against Damian Jefferson, the guy they call DJ.
And sometimes when you're
Really, Hachimura to the free throw line for
3-point focused team, offensively, you think we got to get a 3 to get us going. Most of the time, defensively, if you can get a stop, that will get you going, that'll get your crowd into it, but you got to defend the right.
Hachimura is 67% free throw shooter with foul trouble. Hachimura's got 3. Kroppel and Epperson, the 2 big men, have 3 for the Blue Jays. 17 points, make it 18 for Hachimura.
A lot of time left, but this is a big play. Offensive set for Creighton. You got to get something going towards the basket or a wide open lead.
It's a 10-0 run for the Zags. Ballot against Clark. Hicks has it poked away by Clark. First ball. Will go for 3. Doesn't get the ball this time. And a rebound by Kroppel. That could have been enormous for Gonzaga. Hicks. Kick out. Kroppel. Maybe got there with a walk. Jefferson has it blocked. Mintz. No. Hachimura the rebound.
Brandon Clark wasn't thinking about it a little bit. Trying to throw a floater up there. It had already been blocked twice. A mini block party by Brandon Clark.
Just a couple of blocks on the game for Gonzaga. Norvell, the finger roll. 11-point lead for Gonzaga, their largest of the day. Kroppel against Clark. Under 8 to go. Alexander against Hachimura. Comes the jump stop.
Alexander.
He's got 22.
I like how he took advantage of the mismatch, the hesitation, even tried to get the foul by stepping back into Hachimura. Good job defensively to guard without fouling.
Norvell long on the 3. Uses the screen, pulls up from 15, off the mark, Hachimura, another rebound.
Would love to see Creighton get something going to the basket, that high pick and roll. Once you get the guy on your hip, try to finish, get to the rim. This is crunch time for the officials too. Put a little pressure on them to blow that whistle and trying to make a comeback.
Norvell's on the hot hand, Clark left open from the baseline. That's what they want him to do. Alexander pulls up from 3. He thought he got hit on the arm.
Yeah, I agree with him. You really come up that short when you're as good a shooter as he is. That probably wasn't a great shot, but
I'll tell you what, these teams want a whistle. They need a breather. Hachimura for 3. And a rebound for Ballot. Jefferson was running. Underneath, left open to the hoop. Hachimura gets fouled by Perkins. And that will lead us to a break. 84-75, 6:21 to go. Number 1 Gonzaga now on top on the road.
A couple of things out of the Mark Few huddle. First of all, stressing composure and shot selection. He turned to Zach Norvell and told him he didn't like the last 3-point attempts that he took. He said, you got to take it to the basket. They can't guard us right now. Also, mental toughness. One of the Gonzaga assistants pointed at Rui Hachimura and said, you are not tired. Let's finish this. You got to tell yourself you're not tired and believe it.
Lisa, you are not tired. Believe it. It's 84-76 as Damian Jefferson with 1 of 2 at the free throw line. Justin Kutcher alongside Donnie Marshall and Lisa Byington here in Omaha. Number 1 Gonzaga leading Creighton 84-76, coming up on 6 minutes to go. Perkins, who had just picked up his 3rd foul, kicks it out to Jeremy Jones. Shot blocked down to 5. Norvell for 3 off the back. Ready to go. Hachimura with a rebound, an extra 30 seconds.
that's a backbreaker too. You work so hard to get them to take a long 3. Only give him another opportunity.
Marcus Zagorowski getting some time here late, the freshman. Chamorro, number 17. Doesn't get the roll. Johnson gets the rebound and a foul here. Will be called against Norvell. That's just the 14th foul against Gonzaga here in the second half.
Right now, I like how Creighton is matching up. There are 4 guards and a big inside to their advantage offensively. You just have to continue to move. You need your continuity to be there, especially across that weak side. Gonzaga likes to overhelp at times on the ball handler.
Caleb Joseph is in off the bench for the Blue Jays. Ballack comes to the jump stop. Jefferson sets the screen. Ballack for 3. Offline, Perkins gets the rebound. Perkins knocked off by Zagorowski. That's going to be a foul against him, the team's 6th. That means Gonzaga on the next foul will be shooting free throws the remainder of the game.
That's a little bit of some exhaustion on Zagorowski's part. You stood up. When you have to stay down when you're trying to fight over that screen, you stand up, and a guy who's as good as Perkins recognizes that.
And you mentioned exhaustion. I think that's the reason why we don't see a couple of guys in there for Creighton trying to get a couple of minutes of rest before that 4-minute timeout. Davion Mintz, Tyshawn Alexander. Here's Clark. Kispert, 3. From Ramsey, tipped it. Watch it. Norvell and Jefferson, the number 23s, collide. And it's going to be a foul against Damian Jefferson, and that is the 7th team foul. 1-1 here for Zach Norvell, and back into the game comes Tyshawn Alexander.
It happens a lot. Long rebounds on long shots. It just happens. You have to be able to find the body, especially when you're scrambling, and talk it out. I think some of the communication for Creighton is broken down as the game has progressed on the defensive end. That's allowing Gonzaga to get those seams to find offensive rebounds.
Norvell, an 81% free throw shooter on the season, knocks down the first, a chance to make it a 10-point game. Our Cheek Grand Cherokee stat comparison. Zach Norvell Jr. First half versus second half. He's taking over in the second half as the jumper from Alexander is short. Kispert with the rebound.
Not time to hang your head if you're Creighton. You got plenty of time, but you better. Gonzaga's going to try to milk the clock a little bit, use as much as that time as they can.
Clark, oh, what a move! Brandon Clark up and under. Joseph puts it on the floor, the lob to Epperson.
Great continuity, movement without the ball. That ball could not stick in one spot on the floor for Creighton right now.
The crowd trying to urge on their Blue Jays, under 4 to go. Norvell, the corner 3. It's long, the rebound comes out to Perkins. Clark, touchdown, got it. 21 now for Brandon Clark. Those extra possessions for the Gonzaga Bulldogs. 9-point game, 3:20 to go.
Not many better guards in the country at using the clock than Josh Perkins. At this point in the game, with just under 3 minutes to play.
A fifth-year senior. He'll start a lot of games. Norvell, a step back, it's an air ball. Jefferson has the rebound. Epperson, that's a layup. Gonzaga. 7-point game, 2:58 to go. All right, looking forward to that one, but we've got a good finish lining up here. 90-83, Gonzaga leading. Gonzaga's got 1 timeout remaining. Creighton has 2. Gonzaga is in the bonus, but they still have a couple of fouls to give before the Blue Jays are shooting. And the timeout called by Mark Few. The double team here. Clark left open. Getting to the hoop, falling away.
officials. Creighton take advantage of that.
Martin Crumples back in. Ballard with ball fake. Gets in the paint, kicks it out. Tyshawn Alexander was looking for the profit. Shot clock down to 8. Joseph, his pull-up jumper.
Suddenly Alexander has become more of a facilitator. I'd like to see him stay aggressive, especially with the bigger, slower Hachimura in front of him.
A 7-0 run now for the Blue Jays to make it a 5-point game. Under 2 to play. Good hands here by Cropper. Perkins. They've got a foul. Who's the foul called against? It's going to be against Tyshawn Alexander.
And he got away with the travel to Perkins. He slid the foot on the stop, and then the step through lifted it up. I mean, just take a look at the feet of Josh Perkins when he stops here. Which one's his pivot? He's walking all over the place. That's a tough ball for Creighton right there.
Alexander was looking back at Sean Gaffney. What? It was the one man who did it.
I mean, he had ice skates on.
1-1 for Perkins. 87.5% on the season at the free throw line. He was plagued by early foul trouble. He's got 3. Makes them both. That snaps the 7-0 run. You can see the foul trouble for both teams.
Have to go fast here for Creighton.
Step back corner 3 is short. Rebound to Jeremy Jones.
I don't know why Tyshawn Alexander has now just stood up and started passing the ball. This is when they need him.
I wonder if he's lost confidence, missing a couple shots, coming up short.
Score, score. That's what you do. Shoot or shoot. You can't. It's interesting.
Foul is given there by Ballard as he fouls Jeremy Jones. 9th team foul, so 1-1.
Jeremy Jones to the free throw line for Gonzaga.
Ordered by Greg McDermott. Need to stop the clock.
Well, maybe Tyshawn Alexander now playing with the ball instead of off the ball. Maybe that's changed how he's played, but still, there are a lot of scoring point guards in the country. And with the game a couple of possessions away from notching it up, you got to stay aggressive.
Got a box out here, and they get the rebound. And now you got to push.
Yeah, I don't want him to be a passer. I don't think he's scoring.
Alexander has it knocked out of his hands. It's a turnover.
Substitution.
And a substitution here by Mark
For the Bulldogs.
Davion Mintz is also coming back in.
And maybe some of that confidence you talked about, Dutch. He drives, he gets in there, now he loses the ball. He's in a different position for Alexander.
Kispert comes back in, a better free throw shooter. And now we're going to have an intentional foul called against Cropper.
Against number 15, Martin Cropper, this point.
Brandon Clark shoots under 50%, so I understand why
Gonzaga in the double
take
bonus.
the foul. Down 7. Pretty good right there. And no play on the ball.
By rule, it's a flagrant foul, and so they get the 2 shots and the ball. Mike Eads came over just to confirm it with us.
50% free throw shooter makes 100% of them natural.
Don't forget, coming up next, number 5, Nevada against USC. 94-85. It was a 7-point lead for the Blue Jays, and now the foul is committed here by Damian Jefferson against Brandon Clark. And that is one where Clark has the ball. It's not going to be called a flagrant. because you're making attempts on the ball.
And I think that's always a tough spot to
To
be
the
in.
free throw line,
Who's trying to come back.
Shooting two.
At what point, as far as 3 minutes to go, 2 minutes to go, 5 points away, when do you start to foul the other team's worst free throw shooter? Right now, he doesn't look like the team's worst free throw shooter.
Let's also talk about Gonzaga, right? Because this team plays in the West Coast Conference. People talk about their strength of schedule. Who have they played so far this year? Texas A&M, Illinois, Arizona. They beat Duke. That's their number one. Now they're on the road against the Blue Jays in Creighton. They're home against Washington on Wednesday. They play Tennessee. They play against UNC at Chapel Hill. Alexander.
And believe it or not, that was the first time Gonzaga in their history they've ever beaten a number one. Of all the things that they've done and had a look
To get that ball in.
the one that hurts you is the long one. That's why you put the big guy on the ball and make them throw that ball sideways, not over the top of your head.
Out of bounds again this time by Vince. And Kispert will have to inbound closer towards the corner. Makes it even that much more difficult with the big 7-footer, Epperson, and that wingspan. The lob to Hachimura, knocked away. Creighton has it, Vince. Cash off. The pass is picked off by Hachimura to the hoop, off the glass, got it. And that should seal it for the Bulldogs.
Well, heads-up play by Rui Hachimura, keeping his eye on the ball on the weak side of the floor, strong side of the floor, knowing it's going to come across the weak side for a three.
Nice shot, Alexander for three.
To make it a 98-90 game with 38.6 seconds. It's got to love him. Turnover for Gonzaga. Mintz gets it. Cashaw. Mintz for three. Off the back of the rim, and the rebound is pulled down by Norvell, and there is the foul. Creighton had a chance.
And it's such a good test for Mark Few's team. We talked about it coming into this game. They had only not led for 22 minutes and 41 seconds. That's as long as they had been behind. They were behind almost 27 minutes in this game, one, but two, figuring out how to come from behind and get the win. But when there's full court pressure, he's definitely got to throw something in to practice before the next game of how to break that pressure. Because already a couple of turnovers, and you see the game being a little bit closer, that could affect you.
Remember, Gonzaga had a tough time closing out that win against Duke in Maui.
Yeah.
They could have run away with it at the free throw line, but they missed a bunch of free throws late in that game. This free throw for Norvell would tie a career high. It does, 28 points, which he had against Ohio State last March 17th.
How about that? 5 points at halftime.
Crumple. Got it on the foul against Clark. If you're Brandon Clark, is committing a foul with 17 seconds to go.
And this is what Martin Crumple's been waiting for most of the game. He had a little stretch there where he scored 4 or 6 straight. And then they kind of went away from him, and you might be right, maybe some foul trouble, maybe some exhaustion. I haven't heard a lot from Crumple in the second half.
Coming back in is Corey Kispert, replacing Jeremy Jones. Again, getting a better free throw shooter, a guy to inbound. Crumple can't hit the free throw. The rebound by Clark. He's going to get fouled. Stops the clock with 12.9.
Yeah, I think a lot of times in those situations, all you have to do is rip the ball through, but the ref that was standing closest, I thought he was going to call a jump ball. Mike Eads saw something from across the floor, maybe a little bit too much arm on the play.
It's a double-double on the day for Brandon Clark, 25 points, 10 rebounds.
Yeah. Played under control, did anything he wanted in that first half, really fueled his team going into halftime, and that tells you how good Gonzaga is. They have so many pieces that can get you buckets in so many different ways, even with their injuries. They're still a terrific team, and Mark Few deserves a ton of credit, obviously, because he's figured out how to play around those injuries that otherwise would be playing a lot of minutes.
Clark knocks them both down. 101 points for the #1 ranked team in the country, and now Jones commits the foul with 10.5. And the coaching staff for Gonzaga saying, hey, no more fouls. Enough.
Might have a plane to catch. Keep that clock running.
Alexander for three. No. That's Hachimura who got it. He gets fouled with 3.7.
Terrific play game, really, by both sides. The energy in that first half was terrific, but Gonzaga showed you why they have done so well this season. We talked about it, almost averaging 98 points a game. They get to that point, we knew it was going to be a shootout, but showing people around the country why they are #1, and they deserve it.
To go on the road, and I don't know if enough people realize what kind of atmosphere this place is like. Not an easy place to play.
This is an NBA arena with college atmosphere, and they love their basketball in Omaha.
And if you're the Blue Jays, and if you're Greg McDermott, you're thinking, you know what? You were picked 9th preseason in conference play. The Big East is going, you know what? They might be better than 9th. 103-92. Gonzaga stays undefeated.